In this episode of Growing Your Sense of Self Through Self-Defense, we're going to see a technique that invokes your Superman super strength. It's a shoulder throw, where you throw your opponent, your attacker. And we're here at Flying Tiger Martial Arts in Garner, North Carolina. My partner today is Miss Sarah. You might remember Miss Sarah from Christmas parade in Garner, when she was humiliating me in front of hundreds of people, beating me up. So she's since gotten a green belt. She's now a high belt in Hapkido. And one of the techniques that she had to perform to demonstrate some expertise with is the technique we're doing, the shoulder throw. So I'm going to let Miss Sarah demonstrate this first, and then I'll sort of break it down what the technique is. All right? Okay, good. Now, here I'm on for a finishing move, and she wanted to go take my arm and step around it and snap it right. All the way around, all the way around. Yes, yes, like that. Okay, good. But we're not going to work on that finishing move. We've seen that before, so the person's down to allowing that. So, this technique, we break it down. There's a lot of fine parts to this, so this is one that you have to work a lot, and it's good to have a mat if you're going to throw somebody. You want to be safe when you're landing. So what the technique is, first thing, and you can go into this from multiple ways. You can go into it from, if somebody got you from behind in a bear hug, you can be like this, kind of grappling like we were doing. Person can be standing here trying at me. But what I'm going to do first is I'm going to sort of grab by the elbow back here. Could be her arm, but I'm going to just grab her, the bulk, her uniform. And I'm going to catch her under the armpit with the inside of my elbow, up like this. At the same time, I'm going to have some footwork to get my feet between her legs and square up with her. My back against her chest, right? So I want her on my back. So I'm pulling her, holding her tight, pulling her down this way, holding her tight here. And now, she's maybe a little bit taller than me, but I want to make sure my center is below hers. So I'm going to just sort of slide down. Now, the way I get her off her feet is to throw my butt out. It's going to catch her, and the inside of the hips will knock her weight out. And as I'm doing that, I'm bending forward, and she'll just end up on my back. So from up here, I just pop, and she ends up on my back. Now, it's nice to practice that first part multiple times, so because that's the most has most of the places for error. So come in, square up, be back to front, bend and pop. Right? So you can do that a whole bunch of times without wearing this person out. You keep throwing them, you wear them out. So I'm going to go now and show things where people screw up. So a common one is maybe they come in sideways and throw her armpit over my shoulder. This is not so cool. She can slide this up and get me in a choke right away, right? I gave that up. Not so cool. So this is a common mistake, throwing it over the shoulder, because, hey, I'm a shoulder throw. I got to put her on my shoulder. That's not right. So I want to catch her with the inside. And I want to be squared up. Back to chest. So a lot of people, because they know they want to go down, they'll come in this way. Now, I got no leverage to pull her on my back. I got no leverage to pop her legs up. She's going to lay there, and she can probably pull me back. She's got more, if you want to just stand up and pull me. Yeah. If she's big and strong, she can do that pretty easy. So I lost that advantage. The second thing is another thing is people try to throw without the center lower. So if I came in, I did the first part right, then I throw my butt out, she ain't popping off the ground. And now, I have to lift her over me with my arms in this kind of position. Not very easy to do. So all those pieces, catch her here, back to chest, slide down, and then pop the legs out, and then she goes on my back. Now, this is not really a throw, as it is a get her on your back, and then bend over. The last part that I didn't do yet is pull. And I want to pull this away, so she goes over the top. If I pull straight, she kind of slings out the side. It's not as big of a fall as going over the top. So, once you practice this, boom, boom, back up against, slide down, pop her up. Then you want to start practicing the throw and go out that way. Not straight, because then she pulls out that way. Throw it this way. So, throw, okay. Okay. Boom, back down, pop. Okay. Boom, back down, pop. And if I wanted to, let me go. The finish move there. Now, here's the not so, if I come in I'm just doing this mistake I was talking about. If she's a smart defender, she can do a couple things. If I come in and I'm doing everything right, do that push out with the forearm, she keeps me from being close, and I can't do the technique anymore. The other thing she can do is just sort of sync with me. So if I come in and I want to sort of start going down lower, if she's lower still, I still can't pop her. That's another defense against this technique. So just be aware, I don't want to give her the defenses by, first of all, not coming in or bending down like this here. I just gave her the defense, to push away or to lower herself, because I'm not bending down. So you don't want to do those things. So Miss Sarah, let's demonstrate. You toss me again. Good. That's why we're practicing bigger falls now. Now, thank you, Miss Sarah. I wish I just had somebody a little bit larger to show you. This technique works. People think, well, if a guy's bigger than me or heavier than me, maybe I can't really pick the guy up. This is Mr. Matt. Sir? Sir. We're going to try to toss this guy. Now, think about this. When we walk, legs are a lot stronger than your arms. And the reason is, when we walk, we're often on one foot or the other, right? So just say you weigh 150 pounds. One leg, everybody can stand on one leg. You're carrying 150 pounds with that leg. If you got this other leg too, that's 150 pounds. I can go 300 pounds up with this. That's me plus another me. But if I'm able to jump, I can hold even more than that. If I can jump off of 1 foot, I can clearly carry more than 300 pounds, including my own weight, on my legs. So I don't have to really lift him up so much as to get him on my back. I'm just going to pop him off. He's on my back, but I can carry 300 pounds. My 150 plus whatever he weighs, I can do that. So, and I don't have to do it long, because this is not so much of a throw as he's on my back and I'm going to slide him off. So he's just coming down the angle once he's on my back. So we're going to go ahead, Mr. Matt. So another technique is if he's got me in a bear hug, right? He's got a bear hug up high. Well, this is the same kind of grab I want to do here. This arm's already up underneath the armpit, and I'm already back to chest. So he comes at me that way, it's sort of, all right, he's inviting me to do this technique to him. So from here, I just slide down, bring him down, pop my butt out, pop my butt out, and then finish it off. Oh, thanks, Sarah.
Thank you.
Miss Matt. Oh, Miss Sarah. Why don't you stand over here? So, that's a shoulder throw. You feel your Superman, super strength, tossing people who are bigger than you. It's pretty cool. Make sure you have a mat and work those, especially side falls, before you do this exercise, or have nice soft cushions. All right, till next time, kamsahamnida. Toodles. Good job. Good job. Well done.
Sir.
Well done. Thank you, sir. So he's tall enough, you don't have to bend down too much, right? Just enough to pop your butt out. Back to chest. And pop it. And pop it.
Yeah.
There you go. Make,